welcome to another episode of RawRadiantHealth.com, and I'm Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So it's Tuesday, and today I decided that I want to talk about soaking and sprouting nuts and seeds. And I'm going to show you as well how to do it, because I know a lot of you are at a loss when it comes down to you're doing your raw food recipes, you're trying different things out, and then suddenly it's saying, you know, to soak this and sprout that, and you're just kind of like, whoa, wait, what is this? So I'm going to just show you how to do it, because once you visually see it, you see how simple it is, then no problem at all. And I also just want to just briefly explain why even bother to soak and sprout nuts and seeds. And the main reason is because they have enzyme inhibitors in them. And what an enzyme inhibitor is it's like a toxic substance that protects the nut and the seed. It's Mother Nature's way of making sure that these nuts and these seeds will continue on, right? And that they get from where they are into the ground, and that they don't sprout prematurely, that everything goes in a flow. And so that's how they're protected. And if someone like us eats them, they're a little bit toxic on our system. And they also cause irritation within the intestinal tract and tummy upset and the whole 9 yards. And especially someone that's got like any kind of sensitive digestive system, or has, you know, inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's or colitis, or diverculosis, or even irritable bowel syndrome. The eating nuts and seeds a lot of times is really hard on the system, but you will notice that if you soak and sprout your nuts and the seeds, like much easier to digest. And by soaking and sprouting them, you pretty much get rid of the enzyme inhibitors, and more of the vitamin and minerals actually become more bioavailable, more easy to absorb. And in fact, they sometimes say too, because it's sprouting, it's actually has even more vitamins and maybe a few more minerals as well due to that next stage. So it's actually even more nutritious once you soak and sprout them than if you were just to have them in the raw dehydrated form. Okay, so that's it with the soaking and the sprouting. It's good for you. It's easy. I mean, it's like once you see it, I mean, you're gonna be like, this is nothing. So it's a lot of times I find it's like if you see it, then you get it, rather than reading it in a book. So I'm going to show you now just a few examples, and yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the almonds. Now these are raw almonds. They're from Spain. If you buy almonds from California, most of them are pasteurized, unless you know the farmer and it's not pasteurized, but majority of bulk almonds are going to be pasteurized these days, which you're better off if you get it from Spain, then it's not. And pasteurization is pretty much like heating things at really high temperatures, so it's no longer raw, and it's a way of sterilizing things. So you want to stay away from pasteurized items. So this is what they look like raw, and here are the almonds that have been soaked just in water, okay? They've been soaked now for, I would say, over 24 hours. And you just leave them in a bowl of water. And I like to soak my almonds for 24 hours, sometimes even 48 hours. It depends. Like if I want to be removing the skin, like see here, if I press on it and then I remove the skin and I've got the almond. It's much easier to do once you've been soaking it for 24 to 48 hours, like super easy. And you just want to keep changing the water, and you want to make sure that you're using spring water or filtered water. You don't want to be using like straight tap water to be soaking them, because I'll just show you the difference in size, okay? Like these are from the same batch of almonds, but you see here, these are the dried ones, and these ones here are the soaked ones. And I mean, like, look at the size difference, okay? Like they literally like double up in size. That means that they're absorbing the water. So you don't want to be using like tap water. You want to be using like good water, because it's absorbing it, and you don't want to have more, you know, strange stuff. Now, so you would soak almonds for anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. And then you can sprout your almonds, which I've left these ones out to sprout. And you'll see that, I mean, it doesn't get like it won't get like something growing out of it, really. I mean, this has been out sprouting for 24 hours. But what you can see is at the end, see there's like it's like a little white head that's coming out. So it's not going to get like a long sprout. It'll grow a little bit, but nothing major. Just little nubs at the end, okay? And so if you were wanting to sprout your seeds and your nuts after you soak them for 24 to 48 hours for the almonds, then you would strain them and you just leave them out, but you would put a little bit of water maybe twice a day. But you don't want them soaking in water, you just want them slightly damp and there to be air flowing through it. So it's good to have like one of these like mesh strainers, okay? I'll just show you with the seeds, okay? So I'm just gonna show you with sunflower seeds. Now, here they are in their raw form, and pretty much with seeds and most other nuts, you don't need to be soaking them as long as you would almonds. Almonds, I find, are the longest you soak. They're usually 24 to 48 hours in the water. Whereas seeds, it's usually, I'd say on average, 8 hours. Like overnight, you would take the raw seeds here and you'd put them in filtered or spring water. And so after you would soak it for 7 to 8 hours, then you would drain it and you'd leave it out to sprout. Now again, the almonds, you can leave out to sprout for like 2 days, whereas something like the sunflower seeds, it's only a few hours. I just leave them out for maybe 2 or 3 hours to sprout. And then what you end up getting, or I'll show you, if you can see up kind of close, you see the nub here that's growing? That's how it sprouts. Again, you're not going to get like a long tail or anything. You just get like a little nub. I'm going to just show you in comparison to what a dried sunflower seed looks like. So you see the difference. So that's my little demo of the soaking and sprouting. I mean, super easy, okay? And just to make it even more simple, the main thing is that majority of nuts and seeds all pretty much just need to be soaked for 7 to 8 hours, except for the exception of the almonds, which I normally soak for 24 to 48 hours, okay? So all you do is you soak the nuts and seeds in water overnight. Next morning, you just drain it, you leave it out for a few hours so it can germinate or sprout, and then you either use it immediately or you put it in a glass jar with some water covering it, and you put it in the refrigerator. And you can keep in the refrigerator, I'd say, for 7 days, as long as every single day you change the water. You empty the water, you rinse it off, and add fresh new water in a clean container. Then you can keep it for about 7 days, okay? The main thing is you don't want any mold or weird things growing in it. That or dehydrate it, okay? You can re-dehydrate these things, and you can put a little seasoning on it. You can put some tamari, some cayenne pepper, some salt, some herbs, whatever you want. You can spice them up and throw them in the dehydrator, okay? And the main thing is that the only seeds and nuts that you don't really need to soak and sprout, I would say, are pine nuts. I find macadamia nuts don't really, unless the recipe asks you to soak them, like I don't really feel you need to soak the macadamia nuts. And as for seeds, hemp seeds, if they're shelled, you don't need to soak and sprout them. You can just use them as they are. And then, as you know, with chia seeds and flax seeds, when you add water to them, they gel up. So they're going through their own process. Okay, so that's pretty much the 101 on this. I mean, it's super easy, and have fun with it and try it out. And you'd be amazed how good it tastes. Like me, I prefer them like as they are, when they're like soaked. I eat the nuts after like that, and I don't put anything on them, and I really like them, and they're easy on my digestive system. Really, really good. Okay, so I'm wishing you guys a fabulous, fabulous day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!